relationship matters because we are all product of relationship. And this is what this channel support: better families and relationship. So, and I want to talk about church. And in this one, I'm going to talk about Pastor Nganga's church. This is not gossip based, but it's a reality. Let me ask you, the place you go to church, do you go because of a tradition or because you're convicted? You're convicted about Christ. Do you go because you want to feel that sense of community? You want to feel there are people who can support me around me, because that is what sense of community is all about. You go as a form, you go to church as a form of insurance. In case something happened to me, pastor gonna be there for me, bishop gonna be there for me, and the people, congregation gonna be there for me. Is that why you go to church? Do you go to church to be backed up in times of trouble? Or maybe you go to church for companion, or just to feel that fulfillment that it was Sunday and I went to church, there was kegosho, and I prayed and all that. Because if you go to church because of all that, that's all entertainment and self-seeking. You're not convicted about Christ. Because it's a lot of people who go to church because of fear, because they want miracles, because they've been destroyed, because they are at the poverty, because they have experienced traumas of life, and now they want a pastor who gonna tell them what they want to hear. They want a pastor who, if they come with 3,000, they will be promised something by that pastor. Because these people are broken. They no longer know how to seek the love of God. They no longer know how to pray. They no longer know how to ask God for anything they want in their life. Now they go through pastor. They are in Old Testament. And even Old Testament, sometimes people prayed. We're in a New Testament now. And there are people like those who went to Shakahola. They were told by pastor to sell everything, abandon the family, not to eat. And they started dying when that pastor was getting wealthy. I do not know how to make of a pastor slapping someone in the church because they slept, of a pastor calling people ngombe and stupid and many, many other words over many years, of pastor standing on a pulpit and saying any nasty name they want, abusing the authority of God. And people still come, African mentality, slavery mentality that is still with us, that right now I can come and start making false miracles, hire people, and everyone gonna love me and follow me. That you can, as a pastor, can come, cast people in church, call them stupid, beat them up, call them all sort of word, and next Sunday you're gonna come with a gift and bring it to me. Wow. And I'll tell you the reason why. People don't have the fruits of the Holy Spirit. They don't know them. They don't exercise them. And they don't have the gift of the Holy Spirit. The man who was slapped by Pastor Nganga, I do not know if he kept quiet and obeyed because he's a man of God, because he exercised these gifts, patience, love, understanding. And he walked out as he was told. I don't know if he did that because he's a traditional and he's a slave to this man. Or what was the reason? What was the motive of him just walking out like that? Yes, I know we should all practice patience, calmness, not responding to anything and just walk away from the situation and go think about it. But what Pastor Nganga did was harmful, and this is not the first time. This is his daily routine to curse people. That now he feels he can hit people, he can hit someone's child, someone's father, and then maybe who drove miles to bring his family to church. A man who maybe did overnight, but he, in his mind, he was like, I had to make it to church today. I had to drive my family to church today. And then the man was broken and tired. He took a little nap. And then, as a pastor, you saw it. Instead of blessing that man and waking him up with a lot of love, which is a fruit of the Holy Spirit, which Pastor Nganga you don't have, he has zero. I do not know how you heal without these gifts. And then, instead of you wake him up with a lot of love, and you put him on spot and you laugh about it, you make congregation laugh about it, you are causing drama. You are actually a drama king. And you went wrong on that one. And these are pastors who are ruining families and relationship in general. These are pastors who sleep with people's wives. These are pastors who ruin people's marriage. These are pastors who are misleading youth. That if you go to him as a man and you introduce him to your girlfriend that you want to set with, these are the pastors who ruin and destroy those two. These are the pastors who look at your tithing history, and if you have not reached the amount they want or pleases them, they kick you out. They tell you don't deserve each other, breaking young couples because they're out of it. A lot of pastors, that's what they do. Immediately you tell them you want to be married in their church or you want something, a favor from them, they first go to the book to see how much you have tithed. Because for them, gospel is self-seeking. It's how much they're getting from the congregation. This was very harmful because his children watched it and they're going to watch that clip for their life. My father was. That is humiliation. You should not do that to another man. You should not hit another man because you're pastor. Because you're not commander. He's not commander. As a bishop, you should not, even as a leader, even as a boss, you do not hit another man. That's an assault. Especially doing it in presence of his family. So people are not aware of these people. Because this is all acting. These are not true people of God. And if they're true people of God, they are lost in the work of God. Maybe they are those old biblical pastors in old Bible prophets, maybe. Because even the tribe I come from, prophets there, and they don't do that. They're not even under church. They're not even under church umbrella, but a prophet doesn't do that. So people need to wake up. You are going through the same thing. Like when you're down, when you're in a desperate moment, you are being asked for money for miracle to happen to you. It's because you do not understand. The 7 gifts of Holy Spirit are fear of God, wisdom, understanding, counsel, fortitude, knowledge, piety, and there is others like faith, healing, miracle, prophecy, speaking in tongue, interpretation, serving others, teaching others. And then on the side, there are fruits of the Holy Spirit, which are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, self-control. You hear that? Gentleness, self-control. If you have not read this, don't even think about dating. Don't even think about marriage. Don't even think about leadership, because you're going to need this. Don't even think serving at the pulpit as a pastor, as a bishop, as a commander, as whoever you are. Because these gifts and fruits, you need them. And without them, you will fail the people of God. So I hope we can learn this, because when we do learn these gifts and fruits, we are able to discern if the place we are going, it's okay, it's good for us. And it's hard to find. I can tell you that I have that experience. It's hard to find a church in this day and age. But with the help of God, you can. But you can go and maybe you're not satisfied. But the one thing I can tell you, be convicted who Christ is. Don't go there for community purposes and self-seeking and go to church as a form of insurance, because it's a waste of time. So titles don't matter. Catholic, Anglican, whatever the blood name out there, don't matter. Those are names. But a lot of people are addicted to those names and the system and how the service is ran. Man, that is religion, pure religion. So I hope people of God and our people can wake up, our African people, because African people, we are modern slaves. And to make it worse, we are voluntary modern slave, that you can take passport, you can go to Korea, you can go to Philippines and some Europe, some parts of Europe or Middle East. You're promised a job, you find there is no job, and they ask you for passport for promise of another job, and you give them your passport. They tell me they're gonna keep that passport for you, and you agree. And you know that for sure, if someone is holding your passport for 2 years, that is slavery. That is slavery. It's pretty much just like having chains on your being shackled. Because I have seen people who go to those countries, they issue the passport to these people, to the boss, and you're not even able to go back home to bury your parents or your loved ones. You can't even go for emergency purposes. You know, it's crazy out there, and I think we're in a very bad shape, and that's why these people think we are stupid, because they think we can think, because they're abusing us, and then the next day we're showing up. So that is it for now.